Haze in Miri and Sri Aman remain at hazardous level. Firefighters battle to control wildfire on Greek island. Good afternoon, you're watching News on 2 with me, Renee Fong. The press conference on the post-mortem of Irish teen Nora Ann will take place at 2 p.m. later at the Negeri Sembilan Contingent Police Headquarters. The matter was informed by the Headquarters Public Relations Officer at 9:30 a.m. today. However, media practitioners were not told who will be conducting the press conference. On Tuesday, the body of a fair-skinned girl confirmed to be Nora Ann, who reportedly went missing from a resort at Seremban on 4th August. Nora's family arrived in Malaysia on 3rd August for a 2-week holiday before Nora was reported missing by her family from their room at 8 a.m. the following day. Meanwhile, a volunteer hiker who participated in the search for Nora Ann had never imagined that his group would find the body of the Irish teenager after 10 days of search and rescue operations conducted by various security agencies. Kenny Chan Kai Sian, 43, said before the discovery of the body, the hiking team conducted a search along the river and had split into 2 groups, one on the left and one on the right, to expand the search area. Chan said his group, which was on the left side, then suddenly saw a body about 20 meters ahead of them. He said a member of his group who saw the body yelled at the rest not to approach it as it would interfere with the elements of evidence required by the police. When the group discovered the body, Chan was still hoping for the best, and it never crossed his mind that the body would be of Nora Ann. He said he did not dare to stare at the corpse and just glance at it from a distance. He then contacted the police on the discovery. However, Chan said he was not sure if anyone else had found the body before them. The group of hikers joined the search for Nora Ann on 11th August. The haze affecting several areas in Miri and Sri Aman Sarawak has slightly improved as the Air Pollutant Index API reading has changed from hazardous to very unhealthy. According to the Department of Environment DOE, as of 11 a.m., the API reading has improved to 227 from 405 at 1 a.m. Deputy Prime Minister Datuk Sri Dr. Wan Azizah Wan Ismail said the haze was a result of open burning activities in Sumatra and Kalimantan, Indonesia.
In this regard, National Disaster Management Agency NADMA has received the cooperation of the Malaysian Maritime Enforcement Agency MMEA to use a bombardier aircraft to douse at the peat soil fire in Kuala Baram, Miri. Datuk Sri Dr. Wan Azizah, in a statement yesterday, said the operation to put out the fire using the aircraft would begin today, while the Fire and Rescue Department continues their efforts in the area. To date, a 104-hectare area had been razed with 41.5 hectares successfully put out. Datuk Sri Dr. Wan Azizah said that the Sarawak government had applied to perform cloud seeding operations in the area, but the Malaysian Meteorological Department, Met Malaysia, found the atmospheric condition in the area unstable and not suitable for cloud seeding this week. The Deputy Premier said NADMA have told Met Malaysia and the Royal Malaysian Air Force, RMAF, to be prepared to perform cloud seedings if the condition permits. In the meantime, Datuk Sri Dr. Wan Azizah advised the populace in the area to reduce outdoor activities and to always wear masks when out in the open.
Following yesterday's cabinet meeting, Jawi writing will be introduced into the Bahasa Melayu subject for Year 4 pupils at national type schools next year, pending the agreement of parent-teacher associations, PTA.
In a statement yesterday, the Ministry of Education said the Cabinet also decided that introduction to Jawi writing would be allocated 3 pages in the textbook, although there will not be any tests or examination on it. Additionally, It was also decided at the cabinet meeting that the subject will no longer be known as Khat, but will be known as Introduction to Jawi Writing. According to the statement, the ministry said Jawi will be introduced as optional at elementary level to Year 4 pupils in 2020, Year 5 pupils in 2021 and Year 6 pupils in 2022 at national type schools. Following the Cabinet's decision, the ministry hoped there would be no more outcries over the introduction of Jawi writing in national type schools. Meanwhile, the ministry said it will continue to hold sessions with all parties from time to time on the improvement of the national education system.
Communications and Multimedia Minister Gobind Singh Dio and Human Resources Minister M. Kulasegaran expressed their objection to Dr. Zakir Naik from holding any further events in Malaysia or making further statements which could impact on race relations and public order.
Both ministers in a joint statement shared on Facebook also reiterated the concerns raised by many over Zakir's speeches and statements, which they said have been inflammatory in nature. The two federal ministers urged the Prime Minister to consider the issue and affirmed that appropriate decision had to be taken to ensure the unity and peace of nation.
The Malaysian driver involved in the road accident killing 5 grass cutters in Songkhla, southern Thailand, was found to have been driving without a valid license. The 30-year-old woman has been charged with reckless driving resulting in deaths and damage to public property. The driver faces a 10-year jail term and a fine of not more than 20,000 baht or almost 3,000 ringgit if found guilty. Thai police agreed to reduce bail from 500,000 baht to 200,000 baht. However, the woman was prohibited from leaving the country until the conclusion of the case. The women also need to pay cash compensation of 50,000 baht each to the families of the victims. Meanwhile, Malaysian ambassador to Thailand, Dato' Joji Samuel, said the embassy would monitor the case closely. The woman and 2 of her friends were on the way from Krabi to Hat Yai on Tuesday. Before the car they were travelling in plunged into 6 grass cutters who were resting on the roadside of Jalan Asia, Ratapum district, Songkhla. A telecommunication substation was destroyed in a fire along Jalan 93, Persekutuan Felda Sungai Sayong, Kota Tinggi, Johor yesterday. Kota Tinggi Fire and Rescue Department Operation Commander Senior Officer 2 Muhammad Rafi Muhammad Noor in a statement said his team received an urgent call on the incident at about 6:34 p.m.
A total of 6 personnel and a fire engine was swiftly mobilized to the scene once the department was alerted. The firefighting operation was carried out using 2 dry powder fire extinguishers, seeing as the location is an oil palm plantation where there was no entry route for the fire engine. The firefighting efforts concluded at about 7:41 p.m. The cause of the fire and total loss are still being investigated by authorities.
Deputy Prime Minister's Political Secretary Dr. Zalifa Mustafa, who visited several houses which were affected by the typhoon Lekima in Hutan, Melintang and Rungkup, Bagan Datuk, Perak, said the cost of the loss was estimated at about 170,000 ringgit. She said a total of 120 houses suffered various damages, including the roofs, which were blown off, while structures of some of the houses collapsed.
Commenting further on the matter, Dr. Zaliha said together with the District Disaster Management Committee, they were constantly monitoring and looking after the victims by sending various aids, including building materials such as bricks and roofs needed to repair the houses.
Jadi kita dimaklumkan kita ada satu mangsa yang cedera dan telah dimasukkan ke dalam hospital, dan satu buah rumah daripada 120 buah rumah yang terlibat tu total loss. Maknanya memang tak ada apa yang tinggal lah, dan kita pergi melawat lah tadi, dan memang keadaannya teruk sekali.
Meanwhile, a victim from Bagan Sungai Balukong in Seleko said the incident was the first of its kind and it was a terrible experience for his family, especially ahead of Aidil-Adha.
Tahu-tahu dah bumbung rumah saya tu terbang tu.
Pagi subuh ya?
Malam tu pukul 1:10 tu. Habis tu dalam tu kita orang tergamam lah, diam dah hujan rintik baru tersedar. Lepas tu orang rumah kata, azan lah bang, azan. Kata dia, azan apa bumbung rumah dah tak ada dah. Lepas tu kita orang kelang kabut lah, selamatkan diri je lah. Yang barang-barang semua tinggal.
The Kuala Lumpur High Court has postponed the trial of former Prime Minister Datuk Seri Najib Tun Razak's SRC International Sunan Berhad case to next Monday as he has caught conjunctivitis in both eyes. Justice Muhammad Nazlan Muhammad Ghazali allowed Datuk Seri Najib's lead counsel, Tan Sri Muhammad Shafi Abdullah's application to postpone the trial on medical grounds, and it was also not objected by the prosecution.
Tan Sri Muhammad Shafi'i asked for postponement as his client was granted a 3-day medical leave until tomorrow. He also said the defence would still need about 2 days to cross-examine the prosecution's last witness, Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission MACC Special Operations Division Senior Assistant Commissioner Rosli Hussein. The prosecution was supposed to continue with examination in chief of Rosli on the 53rd day of the trial yesterday. Justice Muhammad Nazlan then noted that given the reason for the application for an adjournment is on medical grounds and naturally not objected by the prosecution, the court has no choice but to adjourn the matter and for the matter to be called for case management on Monday.
Welcome back. Malaysia Digital Economy Corporation MDEC aims of achieving a 20% growth year-on-year in the e-commerce sector by 2020 from 10% in 2017. MDEC Director of E-commerce Song Hock Koon said he was optimistic that the target could be achieved with continued intervention by the government that began in 2017.
Year-on-year growth, we are seeing about 12.3% growth comparing to before. Before is that is 2017 numbers. 2018 doesn't yet to release. So that is what we see. Before the interventions, that is before 2017, the growth is about 10 point something, close to 11%. But you can see that is only the initial stage. So as you know, any program, right, the initial stage is very much a lot of awareness and things like that. But moving forward, we will see bigger numbers.
He added that they were targeting higher gross merchandise value and regional participation from other countries via cyber sales program. He said this to media at the launch of Shopee's 9.9 Super Shopping Day in Kuala Lumpur.
The introduction of guarana crop as an alternative following the fall in the price of palm oil and rubber has attracted an investment of up to 1.6 billion ringgit through East Cap Berhad in collaboration with the Commodity Cooperative Southern Berhad KKSB. Over 3 factories will be built using the fund to process the guarana plant to produce the extract, which will be used as an ingredient in energy drinks.
East Cap Berhad Chief Executive Officer, CEO and Managing Director Datuk Sri Zakwan Hafiz Ahmad Ansari said the company has also applied for a permit in July for guarana seeds to be introduced for planting purposes.
Pembelian biji benih dan juga anak pokok guarana ini mestilah melalui koperasi-koperasi negeri masing-masing. Jadi contoh dia, seorang petani dia nak beli anak benih pokok guarana ataupun biji benih guarana yang orang ini duduk di Kelantan, dia perlu melalui koperasi Kelantan.
He said that he will ensure that there is no exclusive right to bring in these guarana seeds to prohibit the practice of monopoly. Datuk Sri Zakwan Hafiz said this in a press conference yesterday held after signing a Memorandum of Understanding (MOU) between KKSB and East Cap Berhad in Kuala Lumpur.
The e-land system, which was implemented in Malacca, has successfully facilitated land grant applications for individuals, as applicants can do so anywhere as long as they have an internet connection. Chief Minister Adli Zahari said the system was implemented back in June at all land offices across the state.
According to Adli, the system, among others, aims to strengthen and improve the quality of service and management of land for state residents.
Semua pembayaran sudah dilengkapkan prosedur pemilihan itu, mereka yang pergi ke pejabat tanah, mereka boleh mengeluarkan geran itu dalam tempoh 1 jam Dan ini memang e-tanah, melalui sistem e-tanah ini yang dilakukan di negeri Melaka, sistem pengurusan tanah secara berkomputer ini, dia proses itu memang boleh dilakukan. Dan kita pun sebenarnya sudah pilotkan di beberapa pejabat tanah, terutamanya di Jasin, dan perkara itu telah pun dilaksanakan.
Meanwhile, commenting on Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir's statement on how the condition of Malaysia's public toilets are highly unsanitary, Adli said the department is committed to ensuring that Malacca's toilets are always clean in accordance with the concept of his "This is our home," which he introduced. He called on all parties to take up the responsibility of keeping toilets across Malaysia clean and sanitary.
Malaysia Cup Championship will be introduced soon in conjunction with the 2019 Malaysian Cup competition this season. The tournament was introduced by the Malaysia Football League MFL in collaboration with Games Bond Global Sdn Bhd.
MFL Chief Executive Officer Kevin Ramalingam in a media statement said MFL is always open and excited to introduce a new approach by holding the Malaysian E-Cup tournament in which national professional e-sports players will be taking part. MFL is aware of the development of e-sports, which has received serious attention among the community, especially the younger generation. Hence, he said, MFL does not want to miss out on contributing to the development of e-sports in the country. Meanwhile, Games Bond Managing Director Muhammad Fazli Raza explained that some of the best home-based players had been selected for the E-Malaysia Cup. The E-Malaysia Cup will feature FIFA 20 video games, and a short list of players will be based on the latest official rankings and achievements.
Edition of News on 2. In our top story, haze in Miri and Sri Aman remain at hazardous level. Till then, I'm Renee Fong signing off for News on 2. Have a pleasant afternoon.